There's no better way to get better at football than playing football. So if you want to,
Taylor's going to finish it.
I've always been confident in my abilities. I think, I'm a guy that can go out there, and I always believe in myself that I'm going to get open and make the play if they throw me the ball.
The third. Ryan, end zone shot for Pierce. He caught it. Oh, what
a... Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Colts Cast. We are here to talk about everything and anything Indianapolis Colts. He is Jamal Lawrence, and I am Eric Smith, your co-host of the Colts Cast. Jamal, how are we doing today?
Fabulous on this Thursday, man. It's hot, but it's a good day.
It's hot. It always is. So, this episode, guys, we are talking contention. So when I think of someone being a contender, what does that mean? In the NFL, I really think that means you're in contentions for a championship. Someone who has a decent chance to actually make it to the Super Bowl, because, the NFL is pretty balanced, probably across the most balanced across all major sports. So when we hear the Colts are contenders in 2023, I scratch my head a bit. I have to think about it. What makes the Indianapolis Colts contenders this season? That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to break it all down on why we think the Colts are not quite there yet. Just a little off. Jamal, kick us off, man. What do you think about when you hear the Colts are contenders?
I think about people living in an unfortunate bubble. And before everyone goes all crazy and gets all mad and starts telling us all about it, if anybody's going to the Indians games tonight, I'll be there. So shout out to any Colts fans who's going to be at the Indians game tonight. It'd be cool to see you out there. But back to the regular scheduled program. Colts aren't contenders because you have to be very good to be a contender in the NFL. The Colts are not very good. The Colts have had a lot of different things that have happened over this offseason. We all know that. We know the draft. We know the coaching staff. We know the excitement, all the hype. But we also know that we're playing in the worst division, the AFC South, and we still are going to have a hard time in the worst division that is the AFC South. Guys, I think it goes without saying that at some point we have to step into reality with what's going on with the Colts, and this is not a year. It will be great. I'm not gonna lie to you. It'll be great to see the Colts do really well this year, maybe a contender. Well, I should say do really well because they're not gonna be contenders. It's just that simple. But this is also just a year for everyone to get their feet wet, guys. This is a marathon, not a race. We signed a rookie quarterback, a rookie head coach. Rookie head coach has a 6-year deal. Not 1 year, not 2 years. They didn't say, hey, dog, you got to get this together by year 2 or you out. 6 years to figure this out. And a rookie quarterback who played 13 games in college and a whole slew of other people who are just coming out. So I don't think that we are anywhere near contenders at this point. We still have to play the Jaguars twice. We still have to play the Titans twice. We have to play the Texans twice. And for those of you who like to think about how well the Colts did last year when we speak on these big games, i.e. the Chiefs or the Eagles, etc., let's not forget the Indianapolis Colts not tied with the Texans, then proceeded to lose to the Texans. So that Chiefs win, the Eagles game, none of that, all that is irrelevant to me. The Chiefs played their absolute worst game they could have played that week. We all know that. The Colts tied with the Texans and lost to the Texans at the end of the season.
I got that Kermit the Frog, that meme sipping my cup right now.
What I'm trying to get at, guys, is the Colts still have to make it through the AFC South, or they can even imagine about contending. The playoffs start with the AFC South or winning your division. Right now, it's not looking too hot for us, especially when I think about how we have 4 divisional games over the first 7 games. Eric, that means that majority of our divisional games we're going to know our fate of our season based off of the first 7 after week 7. We play the Jaguars week 1. Fortunately, we play them at home, but the big thing is we play the Jaguars. Gus, we are what? We haven't won an opening game in 9 years, I think it is, something along those lines. It's not good to have a divisional game, your very first game against a Jaguars team who, and again, people keep saying that Trevor Lawrence isn't Anthony Richardson and so on and so forth. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence has a couple years in the league now under his belt, and he has a system. He has a system with Doug Peterson. Anthony Richardson is firing on all cylinders from every report we hear. We haven't seen any footage of anything going on, guys. We saw what day one of OTAs, a couple passes. That was it. We have not had the luxury of getting a chance to see this guy throw. So I'm gonna take a James Boyd word, where they say they're looking good, and I'm just using him as an example, but what they tell me that they're looking good. But I have seen zero hard evidence of any passes out of OTA besides the first day. So I would like to see this just because it would make me feel better. I don't care about Will Levis overthrowing the net. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't know if you saw that video, Eric, where he just like overshot the net during their OTAs. I don't give a shit about any of that. I care about what Anthony Richardson is doing in our building.
Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
I just hope we can win a game, and it starts with game one. It starts with game one. I'm gonna let you go because I know I've been running it. So go ahead and talk.
Yeah, when you said Trevor Lawrence, I mean, think about it. How many years was he at Clemson and playing at an elite level? That man was dominating. I feel like he was the most winningest quarterback there. I don't know if that's fact, but man had a career there. Yeah, look, before I even start, I kind of wanted to, give us a little break, and let's talk about our sponsor, Manscaped. Breaking news, Manscaped now sells beard products. That's right. They're once again revolutionizing men's grooming with a brand new beard hedger. From a beard trim to a fresh shave, the technology behind the beard hedger allows you to shape your signature beard look. Now you can finally use Manscaped products to make your drapes match your carpet by going to manscaped.com and using code ColtsCast for 20% off and free shipping. Look, y'all can tell I need it myself. It's a juggernaut at fixing faces. Cordless trimmer, rotary wheel with 20 hair cutting links, all one guard, all waterproof. Come on, guys. It's about time. Move to that electronic razor. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code ColtsCast at manscaped.com. It's right below if you're watching on YouTube. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code ColtsCast. Manscaped Beard Hedger, one stroke, one guard, 20 links. I think the general perception of the Colts in 2023 is that, they're not expected to make the playoffs. I think you ask anybody who's not a Colts fan, you're going to say, yeah, they're probably not making the playoffs. That doesn't mean they won't, though. I think there were a lot of surprises in 2022, if we all remember. The Jacksonville Jaguars, we didn't think they'd be able to turn around, that fast, and they did. They made a little run. It was exciting. The Seattle Seahawks having a winning record without Russell Wilson, I thought that was very surprising. I'm pretty sure Vegas pinned them at 3.5 wins to start that season last year. How about the New York Giants? Saw what they did, making the playoffs in Brian Daboll's first season. There is a glimmer of hope. Like I was saying, the NFL definitely has parity, and every team theoretically has a shot at contending. But the Colts, we're going in with Gardner Minshew, and with all due respect, he's a backup right now. That's a backup quarterback. That's what we signed him for. And a rookie quarterback under center, the name Anthony Richardson. Let's say Richardson starts week 1. Do you know how many rookie quarterbacks have made it to the Super Bowl, Jamal?
No.
0. In all NFL history. 0 quarterbacks have made it past the NFC or AFC championship. We also have a new head coach. It's hard to craft a really good team in such a short amount of time. We traded away Stephon Gilmore, who I will argue was the most impactful player on the team last season. The cornerback group is young. Is our offensive line going to revert back to being a powerhouse? We don't know yet. And there's so many question marks on this team right now that have not been answered. So I don't know how you can sit here and say, okay, we're contending after going 4-12 last season. 4-12-1. I just don't see it personally, in my humble opinion. I think it's very exciting times right now, though. But we need to be realistic. Colts Nation, we're allowed to have low expectations after what happened last season. It doesn't have to be Super Bowl or die. Anything better than last season will be a success. we all know that burning dumpster last year. There's so many things that went wrong. It was crazy. Like we won 4 games. We won 4 games last season. And about 5% of Colts fans are talking about, I don't know if that's the actual real percentage, but we're talking about being contenders after a few draft picks. We had a phenomenal draft, I'll say, but that doesn't change the fact that we were up 33-0 and lost. And lost. We were up 33-0 at halftime and lost to the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, we beat the Chiefs at home. That was a great win. Still lost 12 games. Like Jamal was saying, it's a marathon, not a sprint. But Jamal, let's think positive for a little bit. There is hope, right?
Yeah, there's definitely hope, and for everybody who's still listening, who stuck around, we appreciate you, because we know that it's a hard thing to listen to sometimes. We're talking about the negatives like this, but they're reality of what it is, and we've went down this path quite a few times. So we have to remember that even with something like a 6-win season this year, I'll be very content with that. I am not mad. I am not expecting the Colts to go out and go 9-8 or 10-7 or anything like that. I am 100% realistic. 6-win season is cool with me as long as we have some positive progression. That's what I want to see. I want to see people getting comfortable. I want to see our receivers getting a chance to get out there, get open, and make great catches. I want to see great throws from Richardson and Minshew. I want to see a healthy JT. I want to see Juju Brents out there deflecting passes. I want to see holistically Shaq Leonard out there on the field. I want to see the success of the team. I don't care if we win 6 games. That is not the end of the world to me. As long as we got level play and we don't have this lopsidedness, like you mentioned, where 33-0 lead at halftime all of a sudden turns to an L, that's what I don't want to see. But as long as we can get consistency across the board and watch the team to develop and go up, that's what matters, guys. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint, guys. So we have to remember that where it's going to have its peaks and valleys. We already know that's going to happen. But as long as we can keep those valleys kind of shallow, we keep those peaks kind of high, I will be content with the Colts. I'll be content with 5 wins. I'm not going to lie to you, Eric. Like I said, if I can see consistency, that's what I want. I want to see that these guys are learning and they're accepting the task and they want to build and get better. I have 0 problems going into the draft or the end of the season this year. 5-11, 6 and or whatever the case is, or 5-12. I'll be okay with that.
Look, yeah, you couldn't have said it any better. Like anything better than 4 wins is gonna be great for us. First year with a rookie quarterback, new head coach. Like as long as we build on it, these building blocks, we're at 1 building block. Maybe this year's 2. Next year is going to be 3. Maybe we're making that jump to a winning record. Like 2 years down the line, though, like I expect like superiority. Like I want to take over the AFC South. Maybe next year. I don't think it's this year. It would be nice. Like it would be nice to go 13-4. Like I don't see it, and I hope this team can surprise people this season and hopefully battle for a playoff spot. Like that would be great. Maybe the Jaguars regress a little and the Titans fall off a cliff because they suck and the Colts reclaim offensive line superiority. Maybe we establish that top 5 running game again, find success with Anthony Richardson. Special teams unit under Brian Mason. Bubba Ventrone's gone. What's that going to look like? Let's keep the defense rolling. We showed in a lot of games last season our defense was top notch. A lot of games early on. Maybe Shane Steichen is a mastermind and starts out coaching the other team's coaches most games. I could keep going on and on what the team needs to do. Once we find our groove, though, I think it's going to be a wrap. Like I'm very optimistic about this team going forward. They listen to fans. I think Chris Ballard and Jim Irsay, they do listen. I know Jim Irsay does. Yeah. They listen to fans. It would, stop that quarterback carousel. That was the first part. Get a solid head coach, get Jeff Saturday out of there. That was the second. Like they're making the right moves. They had me on edge though. I ain't gonna lie. When Jeff Saturday got a second interview, I was like, anybody's game. Yeah. And some of y'all Colt fans were just like, oh yeah, no, he deserves it. All right. Well, difference of opinion. But, if Anthony Richardson reaches close, he doesn't even have to reach the top. He reaches even close to that ceiling. Boy, I think it's going to be dangerous. I think there's endless possibilities if this team hits the top. That's why everyone really liked how the Colts draft. They drafted athletic, these high ceiling guys that if they get it right, on the field, in the head, technically all that, then they're going to be Pro Bowlers. Like, it's just that simple. Like prime JT and AR5, come on, bro. Like we don't mean to discourage anyone for that first half of the episode, but the Colts last season, we were told we were dark horse contenders to win the Super Bowl. Look where we ended up. Just think about that. Matt Ryan was fucking cut at the end of the season. Like, we have to put it into perspective, but Vegas has us at 6.5 wins this coming season. Am I going to jump on that over? You're absolutely right. Because I'm a fan. So I want to see the Colts get at least 7 wins. That'd be great. That's all I'm going to say, Jamal. I don't think we're contending right now yet. That's the big key word, yet. And that's okay. We don't have to turn it around this fast. Like, I just don't see it happen. You don't see teams doing that. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, you said it very, very well. Only thing I'll add to that is just remember, guys, 6 years. 6 years is what we have to work with, as well as just remember that Peyton Manning did go 3-13 in his rookie season with the Colts. So anything is
a lot
possible.
Of people don't remember that.
Yeah, 3-13. Let's not forget that. So, guys, it's okay to have a down season. And like Eric said, I mean, I'll bet seven wins on the Colts any day of the week because I want to see that. I hope that we go out there and just be explosive and have a new feel to this team. But I also am not going to step aside from reality. You know what I mean? Until we see it, we can only live a pipe dream, and we hope that it happens. But and I think that, of course, with time, it's going to turn around the way it should. But we just want to come on here sometime and just give you guys an honest perspective, because I know sometimes you can kind of get caught in all the hoopla that's going on because there's so much excitement. With the excitement, it also comes reality, guys. You can't live outside, just thinking the only positives. There has to be those negatives that come in there. So that's all it is.
Talk to him. We don't sugarcoat it. I'm gonna give it to you as real as possible.
For real.
I'm not getting paid to lie.
Yeah, right.
Oh man. But that's gonna be it for us, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Colts Cast. We're live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or any platform you use to listen to podcasts. We'll be back next time to give you some more Indianapolis Colts content. Y'all take care. Have a good weekend.
Take care.